Hello, good afternoon, friends. How are you doing? I trust you're well. Yes, today I want to talk about change, painful change, changes that are inevitable. In 1995, I was then a chief accountant. No, not yet. I was not yet become a chief accountant, but I was an accountant in Kenya Pipeline. And I made a decision to make Nairobi my home. So I put money together, and over a period of 2 years, I think, from 95 maybe up to 97, I managed to buy myself half an acre in the leafy suburb of Garden Estate in Nairobi, off Thika Road. And I got together a few coins, a loan here and there, some savings here, sell something I had. I sold some property I had in Kayole, a few places, and also had a huge farm in Mtito 70 acres. I sold that, put together the resources, and started putting up a home. So in 2001, I moved into this house, which you are seeing. You can see it's the thumbnail. It's visible. And I moved here in 2001 when my kids were small. Let's just put it that way. In fact, it was built with their input. So the two boys said what they wanted in their room. That time we had only one girl. She said what she wanted in her room. My wife said what we wanted in the rest of the house, 2 guests. So, we put up a personalized house of 5 bedrooms, all master and suite, huge, on half an acre. And the kids grew up here. Now, these kids are gone. They have grown, one passed on. The others have grown and gone their own ways. So we're just left the two of us here in this huge house where sometimes we have to call each other on phone or send a text which side of the house you are in. And, it's... So I've been thinking, I'm an accountant by training. I've been thinking that basically this is an underutilized asset. Around here, they are valued. An empty plot, half an acre plot, is going for something like 40 million. So if you put your house there, you're looking at a property worth about 60, 70 million. Now, 2 people living in a property worth that much, which was meant for 7 people. So each one would have been living on 10 million, let's say, just for purposes of. So 7 people in a 70 million house, each one is living the space of 10 million. Now, when you leave 2 people, then they are living the space of 20 million. So you have 50 million hanging out there doing nothing. It's not useful. So supposing you find a way of monetizing that 50 million and put it in some other investments, and a flat or 2 in Kayole or in Kitengela or whatever, and get some rent income. That will put about maybe 4 flats. So if you get 15K each, that is 60,000 a month. Good money. So we have been discussing this for a while, and we have finally made the decision that we are going to dispose of this and move to a smaller place. Ushago, my kids, where they grew up, they'll miss it, unfortunately, but it's nature of life. It's some of those painful decisions that you must make that are inevitable. You can't live in the past. So this place has been our home since 2001. That's 22 years. We will be moving out as soon as we get a buyer, because we put it in the market, and move elsewhere. Now, if you're living in the same situation, think about it. It's not a question of whether you have money or you don't have. It's a question of riches that need to be put elsewhere. You need to cash. A saving you made 20 years ago is now worth much more. So you need to cash it and spread the investments elsewhere. So that, for example, like now I've got 3 kids. If I buy 3 flats and give each one, of course I collect the rent as long as we are alive. When we pass on, we leave them to each one has an apartment. That's where they start. So look at those things and be practical. So See you around, guys, but think about it. I thought you should think about those kind of things. Bye.